Okay, we are live and recording.
Excellent. I'm now going to call to order the Highway Parks and Recreation Committee meeting. It is Wednesday, September 8th at 8:15. We are going to first move to approval of the minutes. So I'm going to motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Thank you. Are there any changes to those minutes? Okay, seeing no changes, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And those minutes are approved. Now we're going to move on to public comment. I did not receive any public comment via email. I did not receive any requests for members of the public to join the meeting. Has anyone else received any comments that any resident or member of the public wish to share this morning?
No.
Okay, great. So we will move on to our committee items. We're going to go a little bit out of order. We're going to begin with Julie. Julie has another time commitment, so we're going to move through her items first. So Julie, the floor is yours. Perhaps Julie is having some issues. Just give us 1 second. Oh, there she is. Hi, Julie.
I don't think I'm even joining. Seth didn't send me a link, and
Okay.
Lori said we don't have anything.
Okay, well, we don't have any items for Julie to present, so that works out. We're going to move on to Highway and Parks items with Ray Smith.
Thank you. Number one, highway crews be working on trees, resident request patching of roads, landscaping of the newly paved roads. Paving crews are prepping the last set of roads, Somerset, Fieldstone area. We're scheduled tentatively for next Monday to pave them. Those will be the last set of roads on the paving schedule for this year. Also, I had given ISMAT some numbers the other day. We've got noticed that there's quite a bit more money available in the CHIPS program. I think we got a little over $103,700 some odd dollars above what we were expecting. So we have applied for them through our CHIPS program and Winter Recovery and Paved New York. So that's pretty good. Personnel. Crew leader job was posted, and we also posted a heavy equipment job to backfill retirees that had left in March. We're moving forward. We posted it, received interest in it. We'll be doing interviews and stuff like that to get these people in place for our winter season and for our leaf pickup. So important matters, but we'll be taking care of them. Number 4, yard waste update. We're still on schedule right now. In case get any calls this week, obviously we're a day behind because of the holiday on Monday, but we've gotten some calls, so I'm sure others will too, but it's just a day ahead or behind. The loose leaf flyer will be in your Niskayuna September 24th, and the Daily Gazette on the 25th. Is also posted on our town website for residents to see. So, number 5 is a River Road update. Do you want to talk about this, Supervisor?
I can. I don't know that I really have an update other than the fact that girls softball move forward with getting their own electric, I believe, and their own dumpster. So that's under their purview. And I believe that they reached out to you, Ray, for approval of both those items, correct?
Correct, they did. I know there was a request also in their email about water to the field. I believe that was something that was in one of the steps, and I think it might have got eliminated from phase one, correct, because of money.
Yeah, I'll have to check that. If Laura's on, she might know better or offhand, but yes, I believe you're correct. I think that's one of the items that was moved into a different phase. But we can check that.
One of the other things we need to look at, if we are going to consider that, is actually where we're going to tie into, because I think that's all falls under part of the infrastructure plan for that park. Obviously we're not going to run spigots out unmetered, and just I don't think that's fair to us. So there needs to be some thought put into that moving forward. They also requested some skinning of one of the fields that is like a practice field now. They'd like to make an infield. I will reach back out to them. We can give them a hand with that. If they want to paint it out, we'll go over with the skid steer, skin it out for them, and drop some loads of dirt.
Okay.
They've been pretty good about maintaining what they have over there. They haven't asked for a whole lot, so I think we can find the time to give them a hand with that.
Okay, great.
Number 6, the Schenectady County grant projects. At the last meeting, I had asked if maybe one of the attorneys or Ismat could mock up a letter requesting to get whatever projects have been completed looked at and get some of our money back. So I just would need that letter. I did reach out to the county, and they're willing to come look at the projects. We just need a letter requesting that. That's all.
Ray, I can help you with that if you want to call me later.
Okay, thank you, Elena. Number 7, soccer fields. We've been working on a maintenance plan. We got a lot of stuff together. The product has been delivered to the highway, the seed and the top seed and fertilizer. So we're going to move forward with that within the next few weeks. The crews are up, and that's fields 4, 5, and 6 for the top dressing, overseed, and then that area will be closed off for this season until the spring. Which brings us to number 8, the finance items. The cost of the top dressing material for just the dirt. I've negotiated with them about 3 times, and I got us down to about $15,200. We were looking at originally over $20,000 for just dirt. So I've worked with them a little bit. They're working with us to try to implement a program to maintain the fields rather than let them go to despair. So they've been generous in working with us with that. So the 15.2, I would need finance approval to buy the materials. So, and then work would commence right after that. Ismat, I looked at my last Crystal report and the money requested to be transferred in there. I didn't see it. Can we follow up on that?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's a journal entry that we need to make this week.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
and no problem. And Ray and Elena, going back to the county grant, Elena, if you can share the letter, then we will send a billing to the county as well.
Okay, I'll talk to Ray and then draft it, and I'll get you a copy.
Thank you.
A billing for the projects is, Matt? Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Right.
So the process is, if Elena helps me with the letter, they come inspect. I have all my POs and my prices for the things that we did, and then they give us a check back. We don't need to bill them.
So, okay, so they don't need any kind of reports or anything. It's just a visual inspection, right?
Visual inspection, and I have all the POs copied and the scope of the project. I've talked to them and clarified that, so we don't need to bill them. I have all the stuff that we've done, and the money involved, so that's all they need, and they'll process and cut us a check.
Awesome. Thank you.
I can make you copies of everything I submit so that you know what's coming back.
Thank you. You can just email it to me after the letter.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Elena and Ray.
Another item for finance is purchase of a used Bobcat implement for use in the highway from Fink Equipment. We have money in the account. I just need finance approval. So that's that. Elena, I have one more item. I need an amendment to Resolution 2021-132. I need an amount amended. It currently reads 11,200. I need it amended to 18,000. I can send you a copy of the resolution and what it needs to be amended to. This
What
was
was the resolution?
it was for holding ponds from Brickman, or Brightview now, I guess it is. So we used to do two separate resolutions, and then the monies was okay, but this one was combined all of them together. So the actual dollar amount is not correct.
Okay, so it's just an amendment, not a change order.
Nope, just an amendment. We accepted all the ponds, except there usually was two different resolutions. This was all lumped together, and the dollar amount just didn't get added to it. So they are passed, and they are their own funds. So I just need that amended so that we can make our last payment at the end of the season.
Okay, can you send me an email with the correct information?
I sure will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 9, I had talked to Isman about this. Vinny Daly, who does the cleaning of our facilities and our parks during the summertime, his vehicle is beyond repair. It's an older vehicle. It was a water and sewer truck. I did a quote on a small van like Ronnie has. I think that would be a good fit for him. He'd be able to keep his supplies inside and still have room to haul his bags of garbage and stuff. This is something he needs desperately. He currently is using one of my trucks that it's not suitable for him. He's carrying everything in the front of a truck. His previous truck had a cap on it. To make this happen, I think I'd be willing to split the price with Matt, if that's acceptable. And we need to get him a vehicle moving forward. The vehicle that he's currently using, he doesn't have a cap on it or anything, and we're going to need that vehicle back for fall and winter operations. So it's not a long-term fix for me to let him use that vehicle. I don't know if anybody's got a comment, if that's acceptable, and I don't know how Matt feels about this. So,
Well, Ray and Supervisor, I did have this conversation with Ray. I believe it was last week, and that's a much needed item for both the departments. So both Ray and Matt, they have funds in their current budget. So, and they're willing to split 50-50 for that. And I need finance committee meeting approval for that, right?
I believe so. Do we have a quote? Do you have a quote on the pan?
Yes, it's attached to the agenda, Yasmin.
Oh,
It's about 27,000, right?
Yep, 20,110, I think.
okay.
And that vehicle is actually available, and that's what we look for because of build outs and the factories being down. Commodities and vehicles are very hard to get right now.
Yep. Okay. I have no issue.
Thank you.
And I think that's it for me, unless anybody has anything. Oh, did you want to talk about Dean Street?
Yeah. We had a question about Dean Street Park. As we all know, they have their own separate account for improvements to that park. They have money in their account, and they are asking if they can get solar lights over the new sign that was installed. I think that's a good idea. It's not something we have to really maintain or upkeep, pending the useful life of solar lights. So I don't know if we have any in stock or what the process would be for that, but seems to be a fairly easy ask.
So I have ordered their new signs for the park. There's 3 different entrances. I ordered a 4th sign in case they wanted to put it, either hold it as a replacement in case something happens to one, or we can mount it over by the playground or the tennis courts, whatever they desire. They're custom-made signs, so I thought the extra one would be, it's a minimal cost for what they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, with like things like the solar lights or improvements around the park, I deal with Dick Fritz, who is basically the caretaker.
Yep.
I can have him meet with Marina and come up with what they're looking for with lights. He can give me what they're going to use and the cost of it, and we can move forward to that if you're in agreement.
Yep, that sounds great.
All right, I'll coordinate with him and we'll get that rolling.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's all we have for highway and parks items. I think Laura's on the line. Laura, if you're there, we can move on. Okay, great. Thanks, Laura.
Yeah. They kicked me off of the online thing because I was driving. Yes. I used to work, but it's not working anymore. So I don't have the agenda. Can you just read me my items if you don't mind, Yasmin?
Absolutely. So first we have tree council and complete streets.
Oh, okay. So Tree Council, they just completed planting 39 trees on Dean Street with the Schenectady County Soil and Water. Sorry, up the stairs. Sorry. I'm here now.
Take your time.
Okay. So they, I was on vacation. They did it all themselves with Nick Clemenza from the Schenectady County Soil and Water and Joe Landry. He went and walked all the sites and said okay to all the trees. So I haven't actually seen it, but I've heard that it looks really great. 39 trees is like awesome. I'm wondering if we want to get some pictures and do like a email blast or something.
Yeah,
I'll work on it.
Yeah.
So anybody who has a chance, drive down. So it's like Dean Street from Niskayuna to Providence. Got 39 trees there. So that's cool. Thank you to the Schenectady County Soil and Water Conservation District and to Ray because he kicked in that extra so that we could get bigger trees.
Awesome.
And then I don't know if this, I don't know what your planting list looks like for this fall, Ray, but if you want the Tree Council to just look over the list real quick to check it, we'd be happy to. If you're happy in your own little world, they've been working really hard too. So either way, but we're happy to help with the fall planting if you want anybody to look at the trees. Yeah. Okay. And then Complete Streets is working on, I sent out a email to everybody, an idea to do a temporary bike lane on Lexington. We got some feedback from highway, police, and fire, and we can do some adjustments. I know that highway wasn't super in favor, but they definitely wanted to see a wider car lane smaller buffer and take a look at what was going to happen with where the walkers were. So we're looking at those comments, come back with another plan. I think initially we had hoped that we would do it this fall, but it's already kind of getting to a time crunch, and we really want to take our time with this one. So I had talked to Bill yesterday, and maybe what we'll do is try and get everybody on board internally and then do outreach this fall and potentially do it, with no time crunch in the spring next year. Any questions on any of those?
Oh, that's great. Your next item is Conservation Advisory Council.
Okay, so this one, we had the Lomo initiative over off of River something and Catherine's Wood. And we had a couple CAC people transfer some flowers from Kelt Farm over to the Blatnick Park area, and we've got them flagged out and stuff. So I think we're just still waiting on the signs. We were working with the Knott Street office guy, and he just sent another question about the signs. So we're still working on getting the signs. Once we get the signs in, we'll still try and move more wildflowers over because that was one of the main comments, but it seems to be going well so far, and we've got some flowers over there, so it's
Great.
happy.
Okay. Next item is Knott Street Improvement Plan.
Yeah, I have, still not heard too much from the county and our side. This is taking a backseat to some of the other stuff that I'm doing. Not that I think we should take it off the agenda, but I don't really have any updates there.
Okay. River Road construction.
I lost you guys when you were talking about the River Road part. I think that's a duplicate of what you said, probably.
Yes. Yep. We did have a question from softball. They were inquiring about the status of getting water to the park, and Ray and I believe that that was an item that was moved from the first phase to another phase, and we just were wondering if that is what happened or if that's something that is coming soon, or
No, that's correct. It got all the utilities were removed, so the utilities were completely taken off of phase one.
Okay. Yep. That's what we thought. Is it phase two? That's
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like phase 1B, right? Because
Right.
there's still quite a bit of phase one that really didn't get covered. Like the pavilion didn't get put in. The base of the pavilion looks good. I was up there, but the pavilion needs to go in. Utilities need to go in. The bathroom up there, I would sort of call it a 1B because I think that probably that's your next tackle, and then you would work on phase two.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. Rivers Ledge Parkland Fund.
I've been down there a lot. I need to catch up with Dan Biggs from Weston and Sampson, who has been helping me. All of the aqueduct blocks are in. They poured the cement for the pavilion. The pavilion may actually even be coming soon. And they were working on the landscaping, but when I went down there the day before I went on vacation, the landscaping was completely wrong. So I called the engineer and the landscaper out and said that they have to do a better job, and they said they would. So I need to check up on that. But blocks in, pavilion almost in, concrete in, and landscaping is being worked on at least. I haven't been down there since I got back.
Okay. Sounds good. I think those are all your items, unless you had something else you wanted to add.
No, sorry for dropping off of the internet there.
No,
going on with my phone.
No, that's fine. We're just glad we got you. Does anybody else have any questions for Laura before we move on? Okay. All right, next. I will give a farmer's market update this weekend. We have a lot going on here at Town Hall, including with the farmer's market. We also have the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 memorial service that we do here at the flagpoles. Everyone is welcome. I will be there, as well as all of our farmers market committee members, all of our vendors. We're going to have our vendors pre-set up early before the actual ceremony begins, and it usually begins around 8:30, and then we have several moments of silence that we observe. So it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a busy time. We expect a pretty large turnout. And our vendors are aware of the fact that they will need to suspend operations for a period of time in recognition and in respect of the ceremony. They've agreed to do that. Because of that, we've decided to extend the market hours on Saturday for an additional 30 minutes. So the market will continue through 1 p.m. So it'll be a fun day, somewhat of a sad day, somber day, but we're happy that we're going to have the market going on as well, and that we can have all of those individuals participate along with our residents. We're getting ready to put together our budget for next year for the farmers market. We ended up exceeding our revenue projections for the farmers market by 300%. So we made 3 times the revenue that we thought we were going to. So not that it's a huge revenue generator, but it is generating revenue, and that's really nice to see. So it's proof that it took us a couple of years to get this up and running. The first year, and Laura remembers this because she helped us a lot, getting the farmers market over at the side lot of the co-op. So it's really been neat to see how it's transitioned from being in a totally different location to now being here on the town hall green. It's flourished. Our residents love it. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like next year. So Ismet, I'll be touching base with you to input those numbers for next year's budget for the farmers market. So that is my farmers market update. We're now going to move on to senior programs with Linda O'Brien.
Good morning. I just want to, I'll keep it brief. August was our final month of water aerobics. It was very popular with our residents. We've had requests, we're actually hoping and looking forward to booking more time with the pool for classes in 2022. So we're working on instructors now, just to see if we can't get something like that going, since it seemed to be so well received. The end of season party, we have an end of season party scheduled for this Sunday. It's 9/12 at the pavilion up behind the center. It coincides with Grandparents' Day. We'll have food, ice cream, bocce, and music. I did send an email out to Ray and Julie, hoping that they might be able to help us a little bit just to get prepped for it. So if there's any problems, just give us a shout. But anything you could do would be great. Our lunch program continues to be a success. We're averaging between 50 and 60 senior meals Tuesdays and Thursdays. We've had guests in from the Alzheimer's Association, and also just yesterday from Medicare, and they both have had they've been received very well. We've had a good turnout. The information's been really good and really helpful. In fact, on the first Friday of every month, we have the Alzheimer's come in on Friday, where they can meet with people who need to network or kind of get resource information. And we had probably one of our larger groups this past Friday. So very timely, very important, good stuff. We have evening art programs coming up in September, an Alcohol Inc. with Edie at night on the 28th. And we have also another teaching a beginner mahjong on the 14th, and that's also in the evening. So we're working on the October calendar now. We have a book club that's ramping up. Little by little, this little group grows, and this month's book is called The Book Thief. So we're working on that, and I think that does it.
Excellent. Does anybody have any questions for Linda? Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much. Are there any other items from the floor before I motion to adjourn? Okay, and just as a reminder, our next committee meeting is scheduled for October 6th at 8:15 a.m. I anticipate that meeting is going to be virtual, but again, I'll continue to monitor the pandemic as we continue along in the month of September, and if and when it may be appropriate to either conduct them in person again or a hybrid model where they're half in person, half virtual. I will send out a memo notifying everybody of any change that may occur. So for now, virtual meeting October 6th at 8:15 a.m. So with that, I will motion to adjourn. Do I have a second on my motion?
I'll second it.
Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. I hope everyone has the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful weather today. Have a good one.
Thanks.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.